Hello, everybody, and this is Leechy with Litterbox Gaming. Um, just want to cover some material with new content coming up for Conan Exiles in 2020, so that we can help get anybody who's new or returning up to par and up to speed super quick. Our goal is here the next couple weeks to cover some thrall catching techniques as well as locations for named thralls. That way you can craft up all the best and glorious armor, medicinal items, and weapons that you could possibly dream of. With that said, today, as you can tell in the background, well, not in the far background, but in the closer background, we're currently in the North Highlands. Um, Today we're going to be covering some of the Nordheimers and where to obtain all of those wonderful thralls. With that said, hopefully you enjoy. If you do, please remember, hit that like and subscribe button. And again, we're looking forward to seeing some new faces joining the extended Litterbox Gaming family. We're going to begin our journey with Freya. As you notice up to the left-hand side, there is a big white wolf, and that is Freya's dog. So when attacking Freya, do yourself a big favor. That dog acts as a mini boss as well. So it's not overly powerful, but if you're just starting out, aggroing both at the same time may not be a wise decision. Also behind, you'll see that there's two more thralls. As we approach Freya, so you can get a good look at her. We'll head back, and there's typically the potential for a named fighter, which I've not seen too many times, and on a rare occasion, a named blacksmith, which neither of which we're fortunate with today. Right where G9 meets G10, you'll find Dina, the Master Huntress, an archer. Also in the same location, underneath the Northern Aqueduct, you'll find her equally talented sister, who is poorly named, also Dina, the Master Huntress. Okay, so at 9 FG, right along the FG line, you're going to find an area named after this specific fighter thrall, Leanne. Leanne is a fairly decent fighter thrall, definitely good to catch. Also in this area, known to spawn, is Vapnir. We'll see if we're actually so lucky. It's not very frequent that you'll actually identify Vapnir in the area. Leanne will always be here, or at least 90% of the time. At F10, you can find a whole slew of potential named thralls, including a Mazdi, which is a carrier. But you can also find named smelters, cooks, as well as fighters in this location. More often than not, Norir, Janos, Barry, Ricard, Alva aren't going to be in this location. Most often located here will be Amzadi at this time. If at any point that you have difficulty locating them, don't lose hope. You're going to eventually find them. A lot of times you'll need to come through these areas, kill and farm everybody in sight, wait 12-14 minutes, and then rinse and repeat. New Asgarth is the place to be. It's right along the lines of E and F, all the way up to 10. You're going to see a big circle on your map. Here, at the rear of the camp, you're going to find potentially one of 3 chieftains. 2 of them are fighters. The other one is Chieftain Aslog, and he is a potential armorer. Typically, he will spawn right here in place of this unnamed level 3 fighter. In addition, Nor Battleborn is also known to spawn here pretty frequently, down below. In addition to Nor spawning down below, a named Cook is very frequently known to spawn right here, dead center of the town. You can also find Anastera the Seeress along the rear, or rather the southern side, where this unnamed priestess is located. On an occasion, there will be a named fighter over here as well. That's going to be about double the size of these. If you fight her, beware, be prepped, and be prepared to dodge out of the way or use your shield pretty frequently. She has a large health pool, but if you're able to kill her, you're going to get this wonderful horn that's going to allow you to utilize an ice giant as a thrall at your camp. And all you'll have to do is equip that horn in a skill slot and use it. There's also a named Alchemist that usually will spawn through here, and a blacksmith that will regularly walk through this location. Today it's looking like we're not so lucky, but this is at the front side of the town. Also along this location, you can sometimes find a named Tanner along the front here, or at the far side. One of the additional things that we'll look at here momentarily will be a location of named Taskmaster. So if you're looking to build up your Thralls, you're really wanting to utilize them quicker, this is a perfect location. There's usually also some additional dancers in these huts. So if you're looking to tame a couple of dancers, whether they're named or not, just to help get some of your corruption down, definitely a good spot to hit them up at. Okay, so in the southwest corner, you'll be able to find usually a Taskmaster that's named. This will usually be Chieftain Rada or Manos the Handful. Manos typically will spawn with a crown beside. So that's like the highest tier Taskmaster you could probably hope to get. But again, it's going to require farming this area out daily, or at least periodically, just to see what you get. And if you actually have some downtime that you're wanting to kill, you can always stick around and wait for about 12 to 14 minutes to see if anything respawns. Okay, so some of you are probably asking, what's the best way to tame a Thrall? To be honest, there's different techniques. I've even seen people trap. But ultimately, once you're at level 10 or higher, the first thing is you definitely want to make sure that you have a Truncheon. And I always strongly suggest a shield. If something goes wrong, if you don't have high enough stamina, or you wind up taking a few hits, this is the difference of saving your life or not and having to run back for your gear. You're going to need to make a Wheel of Pain or a lesser Wheel of Pain just starting out. That can go anywhere on the ground. Certain servers might restrict locations if they're resource rich, or they have to be so far away from another person's or another clan's setup. So inside of this, you're going to want to place your gruel. So here you'll see like the regular gruel. It can be crafted on any campfire. Then of course spoiled gruel once it sits for so long. Flavored gruel, enhanced gruel, and then honey gruel. These are the different tiers of all the gruel that you're going to find in the game or that you can craft. But typically just some insects, seeds, and some fiber, I believe, is all that's required to craft gruel on a typical campfire. So you don't have to be super high level, just start getting ready and prepped. So for today, we're not going to shoot for anything too fancy. But we'll go up here and see if we can make a new friend. And it always leaves you feeling better about your life when sundered. But again, this is a great reason to have that shield out and ready. Typically there's going to be thralls inside of this house, and there's some usually right at the stairs. So what we're going to do is lead her back some. And if you notice above her head is a little blue bar. That's all you need to worry about is emptying that out. And as you increase levels of your truncheons, it is possible that you could damage and even kill some of these thralls. So just be mindful of that if you're playing on a modded server. If they're too close to the edge of a cliff, try to drag them back inland. That way you don't have to worry about them clipping through the ground and being eaten by Conan Exiles. But once you've knocked one out, all you've got to do is press your skill bar, associate it with your chain or your rope. Drag them back to your thrall wheel and do yourself a big favor. Don't set this up halfway across the map unless if you're in a server that allows you to actually teleport.